Hey guys, welcome to J Cal's View, the journey of a journalist. I'm your host, J Cal. Thanks again for listening to the podcast, the only podcast where I pontificate about pro wrestling and give a behind-the-scenes look at Alliance-Wrestling.com, your number one source for news and information for the National Wrestling Alliance. It's hard to believe, man. 1 year ago today, I had touched down in China, Wenzhou, China. Well, technically Shanghai, then Wenzhou, China. But, 1 year ago today, I touched down in China, which means it's about 1 year ago that I made some goals. And to be perfectly frank, I didn't reach those goals. Let me turn off the speaker here so we don't have to hear people instant messaging me. In some regards, there's been a lot of success. Okay, my goal was to make Alliance-Wrestling.com more of a community for fans of the NWA, which means that I had promised myself I was going to post more content, which I know I did. We produced over 22 videos for both YouTube and Twitch, which amounted to roughly, I have to look over here to see it, 176 minutes of video. That's something I never thought I would do. Doing this video right now is so far outside of my comfort zone. And for those of you who enjoy watching, that's awesome. But this wasn't easy for me. Talking into a phone has been fine, but actually speaking into a camera and trying to be engaging, well, that hasn't been easy for me. But that's something that, again, I strived to do when I was in China, because I kind of had set some goals for myself when I was there. We did way more traveling than I've ever done for professional wrestling. I mean, I flew to China. I also drove to Las Vegas. I flew to Nashville, Tennessee, all for the sake of copying my journey, writing my journey of a journalist, photographing the historic and history of the NWA and promotions affiliated with them. So, there was some success, and there was some failures. First and foremost, I had a lot of misses on social media. As of today, right now, December, oh my gosh, where am I? It is April the 11th. I have 2,096 followers on the AllianceBlog Facebook page. My goal was to hit 5,000. That was a lofty number. I thought I could get there, but that number was just slow and growing for me. Also with Twitter, similar. My goal was 5,000. I just cracked 1,000 recently. In fact, we're at 1,050 as it stands today. Instagram, well, I started the Instagram account while I was in China. So to have 209 followers on Instagram, I guess I take pride in that because it's the newest form of social media that I've been on. So I don't hate the 209 followers on Instagram. YouTube subscribers, I'm at 38, and consequently on Twitch, I'm at 26. Both of those I was hoping to reach around the 300 range. I know in order to actually generate any revenue for YouTube or even Twitch, I think you need to have like over 1,000 subscribers, which that seems like that's going to be undoable for me. To be honest, I enjoy doing this, and I would do these videos with or without the promise of making any kind of money doing them. But this is very niche. If you're watching this right now, you're listening to this right now, this is a very niche deal. I mean, the fans of the NWA, we might be growing, but professional wrestling as a whole isn't a huge market. And when you start breaking it down into smaller and smaller portions, the NWA itself is, well, it's not Ring of Honor, it's not New Japan, it's not the WWE. So I do have some opportunities that I need to work on. I know that's going to help with engagement, and I know that's going to be also just generating more content. I published over 119 photos to Instagram last year in 1 year's time. And that's original photos that I took this year, not stuff that I published from Throwback Thursday or anything else like that. I'm kind of proud of some of the shows that I've been putting together. Road Wild on YouTube with Big Daryl, our ride to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. We talk about wrestling, not just NWA, but all wrestling. That's been a lot of fun. Of course, Jake Hal's View has been one of my favorite things to do, and I try to do that more consistent, but it hasn't been consistent lately because of work schedule. But that's been pretty cool. I enjoy you guys listening to me and me getting to talk to you. And, some of the other shows that we've worked on are the Daddy-Daughter Wrestling Vlog. That's kind of started off as an Instagram exclusive, an IGTV exclusive, but I decided to put that on Facebook too. And then, of course, the Alliance Guys podcast, which is one of my absolute most favorite things to do when it comes to doing these videos, and wish we had more opportunity, more time to get more of these done. So it's been a year. I don't really know how to convey that better than that. The bottom line is, although I had some goals that I wanted to accomplish, I haven't gotten there yet. And the thing about being a content creator is not giving up on those goals. That's why today I'm even actually showing you guys the JCal's View. I'm here in my office, not the home office, not the Alliance-Wrestling.com studios. I'm actually in my office at work, and I'm showing you, kind of the inside look of me recording JCal's View. This isn't something normally that we put into video. But again, I'm trying different things, trying to see what is going to work and what's going to connect with a larger audience. One of the stories I did want to talk about from when I went to China was getting to meet Heather Monroe. Now, for a lot of people, that's Bae, but for me, Heather Monroe's friend. I got a chance to sit with her for about 16 hours on a flight from LAX to Shanghai. And one of the cool things about having an opportunity to sit there and talk to Heather is I really didn't know her before this. I've seen a few of her matches. I knew who she was, but I didn't know who she was as a person. So it was really cool to kind of get to know her, to hang out in China. It's been really cool afterwards coming home from China and seeing her at wrestling shows and touching base with her, see how things are going, and of course watching her, kind of conquer the world. She wrestles all over the Southwest. I've seen her in Arizona. She's in Texas. She's wrestling in Nevada. She's up in All Pro Wrestling. She really is making her way throughout the world of professional wrestling. Hey, she's even been on Impact. And, when we were out there, we were just talking about, life, ambition, and dreams. And I know that she's only been wrestling a short time. She's a product of the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, but she really has been making some waves. I mean, I've heard NWA owner Billy Corgan sing her praise after matches at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. She was given a world's women's championship match against Jazz at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And, she's, like I said, she's been on Impact. So her stock is certainly rising. She's a regular for Bar Wrestling. She's a regular at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And I see real big things coming from Heather. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to showcase some of these pictures that I've taken over the years. I talked to her after her match with Jazz, and I really would like you guys to take a listen to what she had to say about wrestling Jazz, and just take a listen. Tonight.
So I just had my match with Jazz, and it felt really cool to be in there with one of my people that I watched when I was growing up and get to kind of learn from her and experience something like that in the ring, especially with a place like Championship Wrestling in Hollywood, where I feel like I love working here, and I get the chance to kind of show what I can do and what I've learned with her.
It was really cool to get to spend some time with David Marquez, David Lagana, Eric Watts, Colt Cabana, Barbie Hayden, Nick Bonanno, Logan Chedwick, of course Reno Scum. I love those guys too, and it was really fun, kind of being in a different place where we're so dependent on the people guiding us through the city that it was unique, man. And it's an experience I wouldn't trade for anything. That show was supposed to be the biggest show of the year for the NWA, and it was until All In came around, and then the NWA 70th anniversary show. So, I mean, it almost ranks somewhere between number 2 and 3 between the 70th anniversary and All In. But so, guys, I always appreciate you listening in. Make sure that you check us out on the interwebs at alliance-wrestling.com. Social media, all the socials, every one of them at the Alliance Blog. And I'll see you at the matches.